So this video has been a long time in coming. I want to do a short video for those of you that travel. And what most of you, I'm sure, don't know is that in the last, I want to say 4 to 5 weeks, I have been doing business travel. I've been on the road for 2 of those weeks. So I've been sitting in hotel rooms, often answering the questions on the videos, etc. But that's what's great about YouTube. You have no idea where I'm at sometimes. And so anyway, these last 2 weeks, doing this business travel, and when I'm traveling with my coworkers, we often stay in Marriott hotels. Now in Marriott corporate hotels, when you open up the dresser drawer, you will find a Book of Mormon. In some franchise Marriott type hotels, Courtyards, etc., but of the Marriott brand, you may not find a Book of Mormon. And that's because those individuals, because it's a franchise, have chosen not to do that. And I assume that those that are franchised that are LDS, which is probably a pretty good chance, will put that in there. So what do you do? Those of you that have gone to these hotels and opened the drawer and you find a Book of Mormon, what do you do? Do you ignore this? Do you tear it up? Do you throw it away? Do you just take it with you? Figure no one else is going to... What do you do with it? So I've heard the stories of people that, yeah, I tear it up, I put it back in the drawer. Or I throw it behind the bedboard so no one can find it. All that's going to happen is when the house cleaning service comes in and they replace your soap and the coffee and whatever else you used, and they're going to open the drawer and say, oh, the Book of Mormon's gone, they're just going to put another one in. So let me tell you what I do every time I travel and I go to a Marriott hotel. Is when you open up the Book of Mormon, you got this big blank page here. Because here's what I want to do. I don't want this book replaced when I leave my hotel room and the cleaning staff comes in. I want them to open up the drawer where the Book of Mormon is in the Bible, and I want them to see this Book of Mormon like, oh, okay, it's still there, untouched, don't need to replace anything. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to write on this first blank page. And here's what I generally do. I limit myself just to this page. I write very big, and I write very clear. And I'm very clear, and I say, this is not another testament of Jesus Christ. This is a fake and false book. And I give them one example. And I love the example, and you look with me here on screen. This is the example I use a lot. Alma 7:10 in the Book of Mormon says Jesus was born in Jerusalem. The Bible in Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 6, we can see Jesus is born in Bethlehem. The Book of Mormon doesn't know where Jesus was born. That's one of my favorite ones. So I'll write that in here. The Book of Mormon has the birthplace of Jesus wrong. And I'll quote Alma 7:10 so they can find it here. And I'll quote Luke 2, 1 through 6 so they can pick up the Bible that's laying next to this and say, compare it. I'll say, this is a false book. And then what I do is I'll usually leave some contact information. I have an old AOL address that I don't use for hardly anything, except when I want to throw away an email address for whatever reason. I will usually put that email address here, should they want to contact me. So here's what I want to do. I want to encourage all you Christians who do business travel to do just that. And if you are at the Marriott and you go, oh, I forgot Book of Mormon contradictions, just pull out your phone and just type in where Book of Mormon contradicts the Bible, and you will be presented with a whole list of things on a variety of websites. My suggestion is just pick one. Leave that message here. Let anybody know who picks up this book what's wrong with this book. Point them to the real Word of God. Leave a contact info if you want, and then just nicely close the book and put it back in the drawer so that probably dozens and dozens of people can read what you wrote, and hopefully we keep them from becoming Mormon and alert them to the dangers of Mormonism. So I hope you use this tactic.